everyone, it's Emaphant here, and I'm back with a brand new speed build. So today we are building a pretty small modern house. I don't know, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna call this yet, but I'll figure it out. And we are using custom content today, which you probably knew if you clicked on this video, but all of those links will be in the description down below, so feel free to check it out. These are actually both from a couple of my favorite one of my favorite creators, and then a new one that's been around for new to me, but she's been around for a long time. Anyway, so one of my favorite creators is Peacemaker, which you guys might have known if you've watched any of my other CC videos. The other one is Hamburgercakes, and I'm pretty sure he or she has been around for quite some time, but I just haven't found them before. I don't know how I hadn't found them before, because they make really, really nice stuff. So if you guys also see a little bit of a sim in the middle of the street, actually, that is kind of who I built this house for. I might just play with her in my own time. I don't think I'll upload anything with her, but she's kind of a fun outdoorsy sim. I might put her in the gallery if you guys want to see her. I haven't decided about that yet. I'm happy to if you guys want to see her. But yeah, so working on this house, what you see now is completely different from how it's going to be, because we changed all of these windows that I've just spent the last 5 hours putting in. Not 5 hours, but it felt like a while. And we actually do cut that. I'm sorry, we do cut that out because I went through a couple of different changes and I didn't want you guys to have to sit and watch me redo all the windows again. So we'll see that in a second, as we're going to transition to when the windows are updated for a more modern look. But yeah, so this is just a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It's pretty small. It's just supposed to be really bright and fun. There's a lot of floral patterns that we'll have in this house, a lot of plants, that kind of thing. So also, I love this kitchen. So I found a recolor of the cool kitchen cabinets that are just white with butcher block, which I probably said in a previous video, but you guys, they're white simple cabinets with butcher block counters. I'm obsessed. I'll probably use them every single build because I like them so much. Anyway, at this point we've transitioned to the windows being the more modern style. This is really what I had in my head, and then I just started building and I was wait, Emily, this is not what you wanted to do. What are you doing? So I wanted to go back to what I had originally planned to do, which was a little bit more of a modern kind of small house that has a lot of greenery and a lot of whites and floral patterns on things, a little bit more colorful type of thing with a lot of white and wood bases to kind of ground that. So I wanted to transition that into what I had originally planned, but I do apologize if it bothers you guys that I cut out all of that change. We also add in those, I think they call them slate tile slats or something, wall dividers from City Living, to give a little bit more privacy, because obviously we do have a lot of very big windows really close to the street. So we'll do a lot to make sure this feels private enough. You'll probably see me start to put these in about now. And we do also change them to white because the black doesn't look right at all. And I don't know why I didn't do that as I was putting them in, because then I had to go through and change the color on every single one, which was not fun. That was not fun. We also take a couple out because I got way too excited. I put them in every single window and then I was like, what are you doing? Can you stop? Also, the stairs in this build were so frustrating to fit in because it's so small and has all these funky little bits and pieces sticking out. I couldn't figure out how to make the stairs go in a normal place. I think it ends up in a pretty reasonable spot. We have this little front hallway space that separates the kitchen from the living room and then goes right up into the bedroom. So, there's a door. It has a closed door, don't worry. But not that the Sims care. Anyway, but I felt that transitioned pretty well. Yeah, the floor plan was a little bit tricky, but I think that it's good. We also do have this bed in a corner, so I don't think that you could fit 2 Sims in that bed, which is not ideal either in terms of gameplay, but if you only have 1 sim, you'll be fine. I think they can scooch over, they can literally slide over in the bed after they get in. I'm not sure if you have to tell them explicitly to do that. I apologize. My cord keeps tickling me, so I keep bumping my microphone as I'm trying to fix that business. Anyway, custom content. These rugs are so pretty. They're They're this paper company that's called Rifle Paper Company, I believe, and they're so pretty. I actually wanted to get file folders for my work that were in these patterns, but then I was like, that's a silly thing to spend your money on. Emily, don't do that. But we also do a fun little like booth seat from Dine Out that I think is so cute. I keep wanting to do that in my builds, but I can't always do it exactly how I want, because if you don't have just the exact right size for one booth in your room, or like 2 booths exactly, it doesn't work correctly, and I always end up having where I want 1.5 width of a booth, and I can't have it, and they don't work correctly if you put them on top of each other because they're not usable then. So this was a smaller house, so it was just one booth, and then I could fit it, and I was like, yes, this is what I want, thank you very, very much. So I really like that. I like how that turns out. I think it's a fun area. I was talking about it too much. I completely missed my kitchen counters that I'm obsessed with, but you saw them, so they were there. And we've moved on to the lounge room over here, which was a little tricky because it is a very long and narrow room to try to make this feel like full but not crowded. Like, you needed to be able to walk through the space, but I wanted to get enough seats that like she could have, the girl who was living here, I assume it's a girl, I built it for a girl anyway, she could have enough seats for people to sit on. So I ended up just scooching everything in a little bit. I could not fit that other love seat that I wanted to fit in, but they have these 2 chairs and then the little poof that also acts as another chair that I kind of put over as like an ottoman, but you could use it like whatever you want. Like, that's actually something that I want to get in my real life house, is a little bit like a couple of these little poofs to put in my living room, because sometimes, occasionally I'll have like 8 people in my house all at the same time, and I don't have 8 chairs, like couch spaces. So I want to get a couple of those little poofs to like stick under something, like when I'm not using them, by like my media console or something like that, so that if I have so many people, like I can just pull them out and they have someplace to sit. I think that's such a cool idea. Like, it's such an easy thing to add seating with that I want to do that, but I haven't done it yet because I haven't found ones that I like enough to buy them, and I still think that I can make them. Not like the one that we have in this one, but like the square ones that it's just like a square on top and then like rectangles around the edges and then a square on bottom. Like, that's about what I can handle. Anyway, I want to do that, but I haven't done it yet because I am a procrastinator and I don't know. Anyway, working on the desk space over here. The sim that I made for this house is also creative, so I add a bunch of stuff in to reflect that, including a computer for writing if she wants to do that, a guitar, and we'll get an easel in there as well, just so she has a bunch of options for that. So I think I also mentioned this before, but she does love outdoors, so we add a few things in the backyard as well for skill building. As just, while we're talking about skill building stuff, we add in some gardening areas, and I think that's it. I kind of wanted to put more in the backyard, but I also needed to limit myself, so I put this on the smallest lot because I always just build for the size of the lot that I'm on, even when I intend to do a small build. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to put this on the smallest lot, and that way I can't overbuild and I can just like do a small, simple build, because I was like really feeling building because I had a really stressful day yesterday, which I will get to in a moment and tell you about my day. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to put a small little lot so that I don't go crazy and I can get this build and I can just get it done, and like I can be happy and be like, yes, I built a house. It's beautiful. Anyway, so my day yesterday. Okay, so I live in Pittsburgh, right? We had this really big snowstorm the night before last, really big, at least for like late March when it is right now. And I had a flat tire a few weeks before. So instead of buying new winter tires at the middle of March, which doesn't make any sense because I'm coming into summer and I didn't want to, I just put my summer tires on my car, like my all-season tires in my car. But those can't handle snow at all. So the night before last, we get this big snowstorm, and I'm like, no, I have to drive to work 35 minutes on the highway to get to my office, and my car can't handle snow at all. So I'm like freaking out, drive to work. I'm literally sideways on the highway 3 separate times while I'm going because my car just skids out and I like don't have control of it, which is the most terrifying drive I've ever been driving on. Like, literally, that was the most stressful situation. So anyway, fast forward to the end of the day when I'm going home. By that point, the plows have pretty much cleared off the roads. Like, we're doing better. They put down all the salt because if you guys have ever been to Pittsburgh, they put an obscene amount of salt on the floor, like the ground. Like, it's so bad for the environment. I'm not going to get started on that. But anyway, so the roads were fine by the time I was leaving. But the car in front of me on the highway, I guess, was having some trouble because they veer off the side of the road a little bit, end up in the shoulder, which obviously has not been plowed because it's on the side of the highway, and the plows don't always do that. Loses control of their car, tries to swerve back onto the highway. Also, it's a highway. We're going fast right now. Swerves back on way too hard, loses control, spins out, hits the semi-truck that's like going next to us, spins all the way around. The entire front of their car has now been dropped onto the highway, and I'm right behind them while this is happening. So I slam on my brakes. The people behind me slam on their brakes, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I don't know if I can stop in time. I do. I'm fine. The other person is also fine. Like, the front of their car was smashed, but the middle of their car, like the body of their car, was fine. So no one got like drastically hurt. I think they had like a little bit of whiplash or like, not like an actual injury, but they were just like shaken and like a little bit ouched, I think. But anyway, so I had like the worst day as far as driving goes yesterday. Like, I don't think I've been more scared while operating a motor vehicle before. That was so frightening. Like, and I've been in a couple of accidents before, like nothing serious, just little fender benders, but like that was the most stressful drive. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm happy everyone's okay. Like, no one got hurt, at least not seriously hurt. I think the person driving probably did get whiplash, but yeah. So that was my day yesterday. That was really stressful and not fun. And I don't understand why it's not springtime. Like, please, I don't want more snow. I can't handle it, please. Anyway, so I just came home and I was like, all right, I just want to build and have some fun, have some like Sims time, some me time, and just relax. So that's what I did. And this house is really fun. And that's also why I built with custom content, because I do really like building with custom content, but I know that not everyone wants to see that, especially on YouTube. So I try not to for you guys most of the time, but like I was just like, no, I just need to like do what I want to do here and have some fun. So that's what I did. You'll see a lot of custom content throughout this build. I'm not going to do it every video. I'm not going to never do it, but yeah. Anyway, we're actually getting pretty close to the end, at least of the interior here. We have the bedroom. We messed with colors a lot on that while I was distracted. But yeah, working on the bathroom here, we get a really nice bathroom for how small this house is. Shower, bathtub, enough storage, not that Sims need it, but like enough storage to be realistic for one woman, it's good. I like it. I think this would be a really nice bathroom to have. And I was trying to bring in some more of the colors that I'd used elsewhere because I felt like that was important, stay a little bit more consistent. But I think we're just about wrapping up the interior, and then we'll start working on the outside. We'll get in a grill. Like I said, we'll get in that gardening stuff, and then we do get a few chairs and a table as well, and then I'll just finish up all of the landscaping and the terrain painting, because terrain painting is the best way to make your house look realistic. I will say it again and again and again. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this build. I don't know if I mentioned this. I probably did, but it's available for download on the gallery. If you do download it, the custom content will not come with it, but I'll have all those links in the description down below so you can download it with everything I've included if you would like to. So yeah, I hope that you guys like this. Let me know if you download it, like if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about custom content. I'm still going to do some builds occasionally, but I want to know if that's something that you guys just really, really hate, so I won't do a ton of it, or maybe I just won't share them if that's not interesting to you guys. Like, I want to understand if you want to see this or if you don't want to see this, because like, I want to do what you guys like. Like, I'm doing this to hang out with y'all and like just have a chat. So if you guys aren't going to be interested in those builds, like, let me know, and then I'll like take that into account. So yeah, I do like this house. Oh yeah, I was messing around with these wind chimes from Backyard Stuff because I really wanted to hang like off of this pillar that I have, and I get it to work, but it was being really finicky. So I thought that was kind of cool to have it like hanging more over the garden on that pillar as opposed to on the actual wall. I don't know. I thought it was neat. But anyway, yeah, just getting some more landscaping in here. I don't know. This part of the build's a little bit boring, I feel like. I don't have a ton to say about it. Just lots of flowers. Yeah, I feel like people try to give tips on landscaping a lot, and I just like don't even know what to say about that. Just I match colors. That's all I really do, is like I try to have, like if I'm doing pink, I'll do a lot of pinks and that kind of thing. That's pretty much the only thing I have to say about that. Is like use more green than you think you should, because that'll make it look more realistic and like blend things better as opposed to just looking crazy, I guess. I don't know. I think that's like, you can do a bunch of colors if you're doing like a wildflower, like country, cottagey wildflower kind of build. I think it looks good, but this one I wanted to be a little bit more sleek, a little bit more modern. So I was really going for just like pink and green. That was pretty much it, you know? It's a pretty colorful build. Anyway, we're getting a bunch of lights in here. I think that's probably one of the other most important things is to get lighting in everywhere and really brighten up the house. But anyway, that just about wraps us up. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!